Okay, in this video, I will show you how to download and install Ubuntu 18.04 Linux environment. So that's the environment we'll be using to develop and to learn about C programming. So first of all, you want to go to this website right here, releases.ubuntu.com/18.04, and you will end up with a page that looks like this. And you want to scroll down a little bit and find a ISO image of Ubuntu 18.04, and you want to make sure you download the desktop image for a 64-bit PC, which I assume most of you are using. So just go ahead and click on this ISO image and the download will begin. Okay, so while it is downloading, you will also need some sort of virtualization tool if you are running a Windows machine. Okay, so in this video, I will show you how to use VMware Workstation Player to actually play this image and install the Ubuntu as a virtual machine on your PC. But of course, you can install this ISO image, on a standalone laptop. You can burn that into a disk or burn that into a USB key and install on a physical machine. That's also fine. But in this video, I will show you how you can virtualize this Linux machine using VMware Workstation Player. Okay, so what you want to do is you can search for VMware Player download, and you will find something like VMware Workstation Player from the official VMware website, like right here. And just go ahead and click on download. Okay, you can download the latest version. There's no requirement as to what version is required. Whatever works. So I'll just go to downloads and I will select VMware Workstation for Windows 64-bit. So that's the one I want to download. So I will click download now. Okay, so right now I have the Ubuntu image and the VMware player being downloaded, and when they are done, we will resume in setting up the environment so we can do some coding in the environment, right? Okay, welcome back. Now I have just downloaded the Ubuntu image and the virtual machine installation. So I actually went ahead and installed the VMware Workstation Player and launch the application. So this is the window that you will see after you have installed and launched the VMware Workstation. So what you want to do right now is go ahead and click that create a new virtual machine, and this is where you want to select where you want to install the virtual machine from. You can install from disk, which I don't have a CD drive, or you can install from a ISO image. So this is where we want to select the image that we have just downloaded, and which happen to be in my download folders. So I'm just gonna select that, and you will see that it automatically detects that this is a Ubuntu machine 18.04 version. And so we'll hit next. And now you want to put a little bit information about yourself. So I'm gonna put my name as Kerry Huang, and my username will just stay as Kerry H, and give it a password. Okay. Next. And here you also want to give a name of your virtual machine, and this is the name that will appear on the left column here. So I'm just gonna give it a called Kerry's Ubuntu 18.04. You can name it anything you want. Okay, next. And here is where you want to allocate your disk space. So I'm gonna stay at 20 gigabyte. That should be plenty of space in this course. And I'm gonna leave this option as split virtual disk into multiple files as a default setting. So I'm not gonna touch any of these, and I'm just gonna hit next. Okay, so here is where you can customize your virtual hardwares. So virtual hardware such as your memory, your network adapters, or your CPUs. So Normally you can just use the defaults, but if you want to really fine-tune your virtual machine, you can customize that and increase the memory from 2 gig to maybe, I don't know, 3 gigs. So right now I'm just leave it as 2 gig. And the network, okay, so this is where you want to configure the networking of your virtual machine, and the default is to use NAT. So what I normally use is a bridged network, and what this means is your virtual machine will actually share the networking environment as your host machine, and you want to make sure it's bridged to, let's say, my Wi-Fi interface on the host. So I'm gonna hit OK. So what this means is my host machine and the virtual machine will receive IP address or a similar IP address from my Wi-Fi router, because they are bridged. They are actually in the same network. So that's the setting I normally use. Okay, once you're done, you just hit close and finish. So at this moment, VMware is trying to bring up the virtual machine, the Ubuntu machine, and trying to boot from your virtual ISO image. And since we're using this Ubuntu, something called the easy install we'll be using to install the Ubuntu. So easy install, it just means that it will skip all the all the settings, all the time zone, and trying to figure it out itself, such that the installation is easier for you. I remember in the traditional way of installing a Ubuntu, it will ask you a lot of questions like, where are you located? What's your time zone? What's this and what's that? Would you like to download this? Would you like to install that? So a lot of questions being asked during installation. And for that reason, Ubuntu has the option to to do an easy install, such that it doesn't ask you all that questions. It will just figure it out by itself. It may be a good thing or maybe not, because you may want to do something different than the default way of doing things. But as of this course, the easy install should work just fine. But of course, you can disable the easy install during the virtual machine virtualization phase. But as of now, I'm just gonna stay as easy install and let it finish the job. Okay, once the installation completes, the system will actually reboot and to finalize the installation. And when it boots up, you will see a login screen just like this. That means the installation has complete and it's now ready to log in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and type in the password that I set during the installation, and that should take me directly to my Ubuntu desktop. Okay, and here it is. You see there's a lot of things here, and the first thing I want to do is change my resolution, because the default resolution is very small, so that's why it's such a small window, and we don't like working with small windows, right? So I'm just gonna go to settings, and I'll go to devices and go to displays and change the resolution to, okay, let me move that a little bit to something that fits my screen. Probably that's the resolution I'm using. Okay, I will keep the changes. Okay, and here it is. Boom, it's a little better now. And I don't know how to get rid of this. Well, ready to go. Okay, done. And that's my display. So there you go. That's how you install a Ubuntu virtual machine using the VMware player. So I'm just gonna do a quick test. Let's open the command prompt. That must work, right? And okay, echo hello. Okay, so the environment is ready, and we'll be using this environment to learn more about the C programming.